Let's talk a little bit about the major gift effort and how you see that, your philosophy there, how you approach building, strengthening that relationship.
Major donors come to organizations and come to the fundraiser in charge of major donors, which is my organization. It's small. My portfolio is the major donors and the benefit. I try to make sure that I know as much about them as possible. I understand their giving patterns and all that sort of stuff, like we've talked about the data. But then as much I try to meet with each one individually. It's vital today to sort of have a face-to-face with someone, a coffee, a quick hello, even if it's not very long, just so they can put a face to you. This funny name of mine helps usually, because if they get Aldervan right and they see it again, sometimes they at least know, oh, I did see that person's name before. So I try to work with them where they are and understand who they are and their giving patterns and why they're giving, because I'm not in charge of their money. They are. And I'm totally it's totally up to them to decide when they're going to give and how much they're going to give. And just because they gave 100 last year doesn't mean they're going to give 100 this year. But the other thing that all comes into play, back to play, is the thing we were talking about earlier about being in the moment and listening. I've had major donors who come to me and tell me things that they don't tell the CEO, or they don't tell the board member who brought them into the organization in the first place, but they don't come out and directly tell you. So, well, some do. Sometimes you do get that. But mainly it'll be some things. I've got 3 grandkids who are going off to college next year. That's a subtle hint to me that possibly they're not going to be able to do what they've done in the past, no matter what it says in my wealth screening, what their abilities are. Or making sure that donor that sends you a medium-sized gift every month, which sort of equals a major gift by the end of the year, is treated like a major donor. They're respected at the level of that they're actually giving. Where I am now, what we try to do is make a phone call, an email, and you're not really trying to talk to the person. Sometimes it's just saying thank you. You're not asking for money. You just leave a message, an email or a note to everyone. I then typically get a list of people who have done something exceptional, especially if you're dealing with like renewals or acquisition, where someone gives a gift larger than they've given in the past or something like that. I get a list of those on Monday, and every morning I write a couple notes. And what we found is that, and the research has shown that even millennials who people think, oh, only want something online, they don't want an email. Yeah, there's some like that. They're oftentimes surprised and pleased with getting something in the mail. They might still go to your website to make the donation or use the QR code on the back of whatever you sent them, but they liked getting the piece of mail.